Coach, training camp, IMG, what's your thoughts? You guys are settled in. What's the thought?
Phenomenal facility. It's just really cool being around this like campus atmosphere. All the athletes and the feedback I got from I talked to some of the student athletes here, and they love it. And I got the academics, I got everything right here. This is like I'm like, why didn't I go to high school like this? Just amazing. Um, I'm thinking about the people, right, in Florida that were affected by Helene and geez, reading about North Carolina, right, Asheville, and it's like, oh my gosh, I walked around yesterday a little bit, and I saw the debris and we saw how high the water came up, and our elevators were out in the hotel, so it's like we got this, but there are still people recovering from this, so thoughts with them, and still tough situation for a lot of people.
Kenny, was there any thought that you guys wouldn't be able to come?
I never got that message. Kobe was probably dealing with that. I think there was a little bit of talk where, is this gonna happen or not? But it never got to like red alert stage where, oh man, yeah, we got to really think about staying in Cleveland. So
What went into the decision to make it specifically here at IMG Academy?
probably another Kobe question. That was already set before I signed on, but it like fits perfect because of, new coach, new coaching staff, kind of that, the relationship building and to be in one place, not, everybody's staying together, no one's scattering after practice. We do film session and fun stuff at night, team dinners. Like it's been really perfect scenario.
We've been able to enjoy the weather and the other things.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we had a dinner last night out in front of the water, and guys were hitting golf balls into the water. Degradable. No.
Someone called our station and was like, "These guys are hitting golf balls."
Yeah, but there were the it's not a real golf ball, so just so everybody knows. But and then someone was fishing. I think Pete Nance was like, all of a sudden, yeah. So we're having a obviously working hard, but I'm doing a lot of team building stuff. So that's been really cool.
Coach, you talk about team building. Have you already been able to notice in the first few days of being here so far how the team chemistry has already been getting better day by day? You guys being here in IMG and away from the normal headquarters in Ohio.
Yeah, definitely feeling that. Now this team already gets along. Like it's amazing. Like they get along. You can feel it. Even on the court, but off the court too. That's why this job was so attractive, right? A group of high character guys who get along. So it's been, but this is an enhancer, and really, to me, it's about the staff now. We got a lot of new faces on the staff, so staff building relationships with players is super important. No side conversations in the hotel, conversations at dinner, really important because we're gonna hit the tough times. It'll happen during the season, and better someone, the easier it is to get through those tough times.
Kenny, it was last year, obviously, but obviously it was last season.
Yeah.
Different staff, I get all that.
Yeah.
But when this team, which is pretty much largely the same, when it was complete and healthy, they beat everybody, and they often beat them pretty badly. How much does that matter in terms of just showing the guys what is possible when this group has everything going?
Makes me feel pretty, but it was we didn't get off to a great start, right? Wasn't it?
Like Boston game, like they won, they beat Boston by 20.
Yeah.
Stuff like, there were some pretty clear moments there where they showed matchup challenges for people. Let's put it that way.
Oh man, I'm kind of that coach. I always like plan for the worst. So appropriate fear, right? Because I think what the NBA has created, and there's more parity in this league. I know they're celebrating it. There's a strategic plan to make it, to make it more interesting. So I do think it's a harder league in terms of like less easy, like games where you can say, hey, mark this on the schedule. We're going to win. The play-in tournament has obviously helped with that. And in the in-season tournament where you got to, it's like the competition level has been raised, and now you're playing, every team's playing for more. It seems like the stakes have been raised. that being said, history has kind of said that we're pretty darn good. So that's, but again, it's almost me. I got to see it to believe, right? Like, I'm like, oh man, we play, Charlotte on the 19th. They've gotten better. They got a new coach, they got LaMelo, you're just thinking every team, you're just, this league so hard. But I do think getting off to a good start. Last year I felt like, watching it, the Cavs are chasing it a little bit. You get behind early and you're 500 below 500 after 20 games. It makes it harder. So I do think getting off to a good start is important.
You mentioned the other day that you plan to play 10, maybe 11. Do you have the
Yeah.
10 set already?
No, oh, no way. Yeah, we haven't played enough, or I'm gonna get to know the group better, and it'll play out. But even that, I told you one thing we have to celebrate, and part of our identity is our depth. And if you have 14 rotation players, you can only play 10, max 11. 10's usually, probably a better number. But it's gonna be those will be difficult decisions. I know that's where it becomes really hard for the coach, because probably 3 or 4 guys that deserve to be in the rotation. You just can't do it.
How do you handle those conversations with the guys who believe
Yeah.
that you can be playing?
Man, I've been with the best, right? Steve Kerr, he's probably the best I've seen at it. Just, he lived it, right? Like as a player, like being kind of that role player, um, you know, um, and how important it is to address it from a team standpoint in front of the team. It's really important to address those situations and have the individual conversations.
Did the Olympic experience open your eyes? I mean, I can't remember if you guys played 11. Steve usually went 10, sometimes 11.
We played 12, 13
So-
in like a 40-minute game.
So it is possible. It's just, why is it so unusual to go 11?
It's because players, I don't think players love shorter stints, and they don't like less minutes. The better players, they just don't, right? Like every player wants to play 48 minutes. It's just the way it is. And if I'm a great player, I really want to play 48 minutes. I do think, like, if you were talking about like optimum, you could really optimize. That's what they try to do in FIBA, is to optimize minutes. You play 4 minutes, but you're playing like, what's the phrase? You're just playing super, super hard. But the NBA is a little different culture than that.
Is 10 your ideal number for rotation, just philosophically?
10's easy. Yeah. Yeah. Especially in the beginning, right? Especially early. That's a good number. I just, and there's different philosophy. I'm not saying that's the right way to do it, right? Their coaches right off the bat, right? Mike D'Antoni, I'm playing 8. Like, and respect, right? Like, just certain coaches, I'm going with my 8, and it's just a different way of thinking about it. I've always kind of agreed with that for various, playing more guys, and, more opportunity for development, better for chemistry. And I think just better for performance in the long run, just kind of the way I think about it.
What was the atmosphere in that? Sorry. You want me to
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
Go
through
ahead.
the first 4 years, Isaac's been pretty much a D and corner 3 guy. Do you see his role expanding?
He hit the corner 3 today to win the scrimmage.
He did.
What is 38%
Yeah.
on the
39.
yeah. So I do think we need to diversify his game, right? He's deep. Yes, Kim, right? I'm defense first. It's my strength. So double down on that. And then, I think we use him as a cutter more, slasher, cutter, and offensive rebounding. I think those are 2 areas we can raise his game. I say probably the last thing, maybe a little below this, use him in the pick and roll as a roll guy a little bit. He gets in the pocket, great size, downhill, can make plays. So I'm excited about it. Like, I'm like 23 years old, I'd like to look at this program in 4 years. Yeah. I got a good contract, but now I got a great contract, because he's talented enough. I think we got to put him in the right positions to raise his game.
What was the
Last question.
atmosphere in the field like today with the refs here and scrimmaging going on?
Some complaining, which is why we bring the refs in, right? We want to create a game atmosphere. Got super competitive, right? Like, you know how guys are, we want to, part of our identity, right? We want to be a competitive, super competitive outfit. But again, yesterday was a little light. First day, we kind of, eased into today was a super high day. We competed a lot. Guys enjoy that. So it was good.
Thanks, coach.
All right.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everybody. Appreciate it.